why most people fail at sourcing products, and how to avoid it. Your first shipment of products finally arrives from China. You're excited to start selling, but when you open the boxes, everything's wrong. The quality's terrible, the specifications are off, and worse, you can't even return them. You know what? This happens more often than you think, but after this video, it won't happen to you. I'm about to show you the exact steps to source products successfully from China and the costly mistakes you need to avoid. Let's start with something that troubles almost every new buyer: product selection. This isn't just about finding something that sells well, it's about finding something that's practical to manufacture and import. We've seen people get excited about complex products with lots of moving parts or electronic components, only to face endless quality issues and high defect rates. Or they'll choose seasonal items without considering how to maintain cash flow during off seasons. These are the kinds of mistakes that can destroy a business before it really gets started. Every additional feature or component in your product is another potential point of failure. This doesn't mean you should only source simple products, but you need to be realistic about quality control challenges. Consider whether your customers really need all those extra features, or if a simpler, more reliable product might actually sell better. Seasonal products require special consideration too. If you're sourcing items that only sell during Christmas, for example, you need a plan for managing inventory and cash flow during the rest of the year. Sometimes it's better to choose products with year-round appeal, even if they don't have the explosive seasonal sales peaks. Now that you understand what to look for in a product, let's talk about who you're going to work with to make it. Because even the perfect product idea can fail with the wrong manufacturing partner. Working with the right supplier will help you prevent problems from occurring in the initial stages. Our point number 2, choosing the right supplier. A good supplier takes the time to understand your needs and asks questions about your requirements. They're proactive in pointing out potential issues or suggesting improvements. When we see a supplier asking detailed questions about your specifications or suggesting modifications that might work better, that's usually a good sign. Experience is crucial too. A supplier who knows their product inside and out can be invaluable. They understand the manufacturing challenges, know what works and what doesn't, and can guide you through potential problems. Good suppliers will tell you if something in your requirements might cause problems in production. They're not just saying yes to everything, they're helping you create a better product. Finding a good supplier is only part of it. There's another vital aspect that can make or break your importing business, and it's something many new buyers completely overlook. Understanding the product rules and regulation. You'd be surprised how often we see this happen here in China. Someone finds what they think is the perfect product, negotiates a great price, and places their order. Everything seems perfect until their shipment arrives at customs and gets stuck there. Why? Because they weren't aware of the regulations their product needed to meet. Take electronic products, for example. Each type needs specific certifications. These aren't just extra options or nice-to-have features. They're required by law. And the tricky part is, most suppliers won't mention these requirements unless you specifically ask about them. They assume you already know what you need. That's why working with inspection companies is so valuable. They know these requirements inside and out and can help you through what certificates you need before you even start production. Yes, this takes extra time and might cost a bit more, but it's nothing compared to having your entire shipment seized at customs, or even worse, destroyed because it doesn't meet the local regulations. Now that we understand how important regulations are, there's another crucial aspect. Our point number 4, clear communication. In fact, clear communication is probably responsible for more sourcing failures than any other single factor. When you're working with suppliers in China, being crystal clear about your requirements isn't just important, it's absolutely essential. We've seen countless cases where buyers assume their suppliers understand exactly what they want, only to be disappointed when the products arrive. Think about it like this. What seems obvious to you might be completely different from what's standard in Chinese manufacturing culture. That's why everything needs to be documented out in detail. Don't just say good quality, explain exactly what that means to you. Instead of saying standard packaging, describe exactly what you expect the packaging to look like. And importantly, make sure everything in writing. Even if you've had a phone call or video chat with your supplier where everything seemed clear, Follow up with an email summarizing all the points discussed. This isn't about trust, it's about ensuring there are no misunderstandings. Next, you need to have active order monitoring. Your order needs regular attention and monitoring. Regular check-ins help identify potential issues early when they're still easy to fix. A weekly check-in is usually perfect from your supplier. Ask about production progress, any challenges they're facing, and whether they need any clarification from you. This regular communication helps keep your order on track and shows the supplier you're serious about quality. While staying in touch with your supplier is important, there's something you need to do after production. Our point number 6, quality inspections. We've seen too many cases where buyers tried to save money by skipping inspection, only to receive products they couldn't sell. Don't depend on supplier photos or videos. Sometime they won't show you the problems. Always use a third-party inspection company. It's like having your own eyes and ears on the ground. They'll check not just for obvious defects, but also verify that everything matches your specifications exactly. Next, avoiding rush orders. When it comes to sourcing from China, rushing an order almost always leads to problems. We understand the pressure. Maybe you're trying to catch a seasonal sale, or you're running low on inventory. But rushing is one of the quickest ways to end up with products you can't sell. When you rush an order, several things happen. First, you might miss important details in the specification process. Maybe you forget to specify the packaging requirements, or you don't have time to check all the quality standards. The supplier, feeling pressure to meet your deadline, might take shortcuts or skip quality control steps. Taking the time to do things right might mean waiting a bit longer, but it's always worth it in the long term. Next, point number 8, price comparison. Many buyers contact multiple suppliers, pick the lowest quote, and think they've got a great deal. But what really happens in the sourcing world when you reach out to 10 suppliers, typically half will give incomplete responses. 2 might just send a price without any details, and 2 might not respond at all. So, how should you approach price comparison? First, create a detailed specification sheet that all suppliers must quote against. This ensures you're comparing prices of one supplier to another. Look at aspects beyond just price. What's their minimum order quantity? What are their payment terms? How do they handle quality control? Remember, the lowest price often comes with hidden costs. Maybe the supplier uses lower quality materials, or their quality control is not strict. These savings can lead to bigger expenses down the line in terms of returns, customer complaints, or lost business. Finally, let's talk about managing expectations. Many first-time buyers come in with expectations based on their experience with local suppliers or small-scale manufacturers. They might think they can order 10 pieces with full customization, or that doubling their order quantity will cut their unit price in half. Unfortunately, that's not how mass manufacturing works. Manufacturing in China operate on a different scale. When you request a small order with lots of customization, you're essentially asking the factory to disrupt their normal production flow, which is expensive and inefficient for them. So you need to manage your expectations. You may not find the exact product you dream of, the lowest price you aim for, or the minimum order quantity you prefer. This is a common challenge in sourcing, but with flexibility and the right strategy, you can still secure a great deal that meets your needs. So there you have it, the 9 most common mistakes people make when sourcing from China and how to avoid them. Remember, success in sourcing isn't about getting everything perfect from day one. It's about understanding these principles and applying them in your business. Have questions about sourcing from China? Drop them in the comments below. We'd love to start a conversation with you. And if you want to stay updated, make sure to subscribe to our channel and hit the notification bell. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.